From 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu Los Angeles headquarters, we welcome you to the 10th Planet Qualifiers, TMPQ 27. Today's Jiu-Jitsu tournament will consist of the greatest 10th Planet members from around the world. TMPQ rules consist of one 10-minute round where all submissions are legal, no advantages, no points, no judges. If the competitors go past the allotted regulation period, we will go into an EBI overtime. EBI overtime rounds will consist of 1 round minimum and 3 rounds maximum. Both competitors will have the opportunity to submit their opponent using the back or armbar position. The winner will be determined by the fastest submission. However, if there is no submission at 3 rounds, the winner will be determined by the fastest escape time. This is 10PQ.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in today. My name is Mike Wilson from 10th Planet Witter, joined by my partner in crime,
Arman Fati, Gracie Laguna Hills.
And we're here in beautiful downtown Los Angeles at 10th Planet headquarters for 10th Planet Qualifier number 27, the Female Flyweights. In this 125-pound female division we have today is 8 competitors, all competing for a spot in the upcoming Medusa show. I would have to say my personal favorite, number 1 seed, would be Nakaya Jackson, brown belt from 10th Planet Decatur. She's one of Brandon McCaffrey's main proteges that he's bringing up. Number 2 for me would have to be Elizabeth Model, 10th Planet OC. She competed in the last female qualifier and did really well up until the semifinals. So what about you, Armand? What do you got?
I'm going with the dark horse pick. CeCe Mena of 10th Planet New York City, training with some of the best in the world out there, co-running it along with Ray De Leon. She comes straight out of 10th Planet HQ before migrating to New York and really running a strong program there.
Awesome, those are good picks. Make sure you guys tune in today, live and free. All the action brought to you by Master Edgy Bra.
Edgy Bra.
10PQ is sponsored by 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, practice and killing, all day, worldwide. Texas Butchers, high-quality Texas meats delivered to you. Use promo code 10PQ to receive 25% off your first 2 months. 10th Planet Network on Instagram. 10P Culture and Community Content. Rubber Guard Assassins on Instagram. The largest collection of curated rubber guard content on the internet. Mastering the Metal, the story of James Watson and Eddie Bravo. Print and audiobook available now. Los Otros on Instagram, proud supporters of grappling. USA Grappling, the only path to the UWW World Championship. See the website for upcoming qualifiers. Eddie Bravo's podcast, Look Into It. This event is presented by the Grappling Network. Check out their 24/7 streaming channel available on YouTube and other platforms. You're watching 10PQ 27, the Female Flyweights.
Okay, guys, and thank you for joining us back. Again, I'm Mike Wilson, 10th Planet Whittier,
right
here
to
with
the wall.
my co-commentator, Armand Fathi, and we're watching live the 10PQs 27, the female flyweights.
Yeah, Allison Campbell right here looking to get some head control, maybe do a snap down. Good pummeling. They're definitely engaging. Nobody's kind of running away, but just about finding that inside position, maybe looking for an arm drag, looking for a body lock. Ooh, Allison kind of gets double underhooks there, swims to the back, maybe, but good job of Elizabeth getting her hips away, preventing herself from being sucked up into that clinch.
Elizabeth Model from 10th Planet Costa Mesa, representing in the purple ranked rash guard, taking on Allison Campbell from 10P Portland.
Portland Trailblazers rash guard. Great design, nice. Looks for that snap down there. Trying to pummel to get inside hand position again. That's really the game, just pummeling and getting that inside hand position to look to lock up. Ooh, pulls guard.
Model with the guard pull
Model
into
with the
half.
guard pull, wrapping the neck, maybe looking to lock up a high pyramid control, gets the close guard. Excellent, with good head control. This is usually how rubber guards are set up, right? Having the head broken down and then being able to pull the legs up, sort of wrap up the shoulders.
Those of you guys joining us, thank you for tuning in. Some of you guys who have seen the 10th Planet qualifiers, the females, compete before may recognize Model, who has made it to the semifinals of the 135-pound division. Today at 125, the flyweights, she looks like it's a little more of her natural weight class.
You see Model there with a body triangle in closed guard, which is a really good way to kind of restrict someone's hips. And maybe look to do a little sit-up sweep, guillotine choke combo there. Has a nice wrap, but Allison kind of opens up her hip a little bit, gets her head above the shoulder, preventing, ooh.
Allison gives up the mount. Model holding tight with the one-arm grip.
Looking to maybe.
She's got her hips in. She's got good pressure.
You can finish that. You can do a one-armed mounted guillotine choke. It does exist. People are like, don't you need two hands? Well, in the mount, you could do one.
It does look like
got to
Allison was able to escape that, recover some quarter guard.
Elizabeth Model trying to keep that three-quarter mount, maybe look to do a samurai roll. It's all about that knee on the mat, knee on the mat, knee on the mat, with such belief. If you can get that knee raised, you see Allison on the bottom there trying to wedge that knee off the mat. Good mount. She's kind of broken through to full mount. Got through that three-quarter mount.
Model looking like she's got the same pressure that we saw her with in the 135-pound division. So, again, I think this is a little bit closer to her natural size. So I think she's going to have a good amount of strength in this division at 125, Armand.
Yeah. So Elizabeth on the top, she's got a little underjack right there. Ooh. Guess the elbow tucked back in.
Again, good positional control here from Model. She's doing well, maintaining this mount, fighting Campbell's best attempts to get at least a quarter guard work. And I would like to see Campbell do a Alcatraz escape, and there she goes with the foot. Kind of tough to see it from the camera angle.
You see just having a very stubborn foot, using kind of like a frog foot action. Maybe she steps off to side mount, considering that, or a knee on belly, or staying into the mount.
Yeah, having good ankle dexterity, able to dorsiflex and push away is pretty useful there. As you can tell, Model's doing a really good job of staying with the game plan and keeping everything highly pressured. Yeah. And Campbell's still working on that foot separation. And I can't tell if Model has her feet crossed, but I assume she would just by the amount of leg work that Campbell has to do right now.
Excellent lower body control. Gives her time to work on that underhook, sliding that arm up, underjacking, as they say, getting the elbow past the head, and maybe look to do an arm triangle, back take, and or arm bar.
Look at how hard Campbell had to work to regain that three-quarter.
With the knee is off the mat, she's absorbed a half guard.
And Model just keeps that
down.
Head pressure on. And that is what's keeping Campbell really pinned and squared off to the mat, despite having her lockdown kind of going. Now she jacks the underhook.
Looking to whip her legs, Allison. Doing a good job trying to raise it and reach even underhook, get an angle to maybe go to dogfight or an electric chair sweep.
As you could see, the pressure on her head relented some, and that's why Campbell's starting to have some success right now. When Model had that heavy crossface, she was really keeping her pinned, in the upper body and thus keeping Campbell's hips from being able to sway too much. But now Campbell's got a good position here. She's got that underhook and she's working towards the back. Model needs to regain her underhook or at least whiz her before she gets her back taken.
Right, Model does not have one underhook. No,
But that pressure, look at that face control.
Very nice. The
That
S-grip locks up the S-grip. That's a good way to start to open up the elbow, turn the head.
I don't think she's quite got the underhook on that far side, but that
elbow.
left arm shoulder pressure is what's keeping her pinned, and Model is really good at keeping that pressure and keeping the opponent's face from turning. And look at that pressure she's turning her head with. That's what's keeping control of Campbell right now, because it's clearly not an underhook.
Look at Model's head position, how well to the ground it's stapled, how she's driving her weight sort of past the point of the center line and looking to extract her foot from that lockdown, because Campbell appears to be doing a very good job keeping the lockdown, winning and evading a lot of the escapes that she's trying to do. Oh, but a beautiful butterfly hook allows her to slice to the side mount.
Model looking dominant here, and this is a battle of purple belts. Armand, Model being a purple belt from Tempe, Costa Mesa, her main coach training under Art Garcia. Allison Campbell, purple belt under her fiance Phil Schwartz up at Tempe, Portland. But so far it's been the Model show. I'm seeing extreme positional control out of Model, and that's kind of been her MO here at the Tempe Qs.
Yeah, Model did a beautiful job there of timing the underhook of Campbell to step to mount. Then she reabsorbed the underhook, but then that certainly appears to be the game of, very much where we just were in the mount with very, very solid mount control with the hooks and the feet, the wedges, the scoops. Very good.
Action keeping steady for Model. Oh, she's got that arm jacked up. Campbell's still got a little bit of space to breathe. She's getting her secondary hand in there, Armand, but Model's specialty has kind of been the side choke in the events that I've seen her in.
Shoulder pressure by Model.
That's looking tight. That's looking
Head
tighter.
position tight.
That arm is such in a bent position where I've seen injuries happen to the elbow, to that ligament that attaches your bicep to your ulna, from the arm being not hyperextended, but essentially crushed in the wrong direction.
Model really looking to put shoulder pressure from this mount, underjacking that arm up, keeping the mount.
Oof, and she's clearing that even more. It's getting higher.
Shoulder pressure continues. Really putting pressure behind that elbow, driving that arm up.
Campbell staying alive. As long as her hand is trapped on the inside, I can't see Model being really able to finish this, and at this point, I don't know if Campbell can really even pull it out if she wanted to. It seems like it's so stuck.
It's a position we call chopping block, kind of the setup. Well, not quite, because Campbell doesn't have her hand on her head, which we would say is called answering the phone.
90 seconds.
Shoulder pressure, head position, tight, staying in the mount. Driving all that weight up, controlling.
Bridge her over your right shoulder. Belly down.
Campbell gives up her back a little bit, gets a little bit of an angle.
Turn your back to the mat again.
Model looking to control the arm, control the wrist.
1 minute left, Allison. 1 minute left, Allison.
Campbell achieving that angle, though, stay safe from that choke. She's
She looks like
effectively countered.
She's
the
going
arm
a little
triangle.
bit to that gift wrap, but Campbell's able to free her elbows finally, and now Model's just in a high mount, again with a lot of pressure.
Yeah, she was just able to evade the arm triangle choke. Now she's having to deal with the twisting arm control, Hickson control. Not trying to turn too much to her side to give her backup, but
30 seconds.
Getting the short time count, about 30 seconds or so remaining.
continuous pressure, just forward pressure, head position by Model on top. Unrelenting.
These matches are not particularly long, Armand, so even though we've seen a lot of domination from Model, it's looking like we're going to be in EBI overtime, and, that's really a good question of who has spent a lot of time preparing on those positions. Again, Campbell manages to eke it out. Still stuck in that similar arm position.
Model went for one last squeeze at the end there, but we're going to overtime.
She'll be getting the choice of going first or deferment based on aggression and control of the match.
Chooses to start in spider web. The rule being you have to hug an arm and then post the other arm on the mat. People go for the legs sometimes, but that's unacceptable. Start with the hand on the mat. Deep hug, falls back, hugs the leg right away.
Campbell using the foot to try to peel Model's grip on her near side leg.
See Model recrossing her legs, looking to maybe wrap over the arm, and
now the defense comes in between the legs of Model, which is more advantageous for her. Campbell's defense slightly less effective on this side rather than posting to the inside of the leg, but she's almost able to stack. Model is starting to attack both hands now, using that crush with her top shin, and now she's lacing, looking to X-break.
Model attacking the grip of Campbell right now.
Campbell's got
The
a leg
foot's
trap
trapped.
now. She may be able to go ahead and come up and stack, but ooh, it's getting extended! And the submission. Campbell was able to trap a leg and roll on top, but as she did, Model was still able to break her grip and extend the hips.
And for jiu-jitsu heads out there who know, you must have the knee trapped in order to firmly be out of the armbar. If you have the ankle trapped, you could still get caught. And right there was
As we
evidence.
just saw,
Yeah.
that was impressive.
Not out of the woods yet if you catch just the ankle.
And Campbell elects to go also for the spiderweb position. Starting to get more popular these days. You know, I would say majority obviously is still overwhelming to the back position, Armand, but we're seeing more and more people embrace the spiderweb position, and I think it's resulting in more subs, which is nice. And Model immediately stacks, drives in, does not give a good opportunity to Campbell to control her leg, and she's got heavy pressure coming down, and she's maintaining her defense behind the hamstring of Campbell, keeping her defending arm nice and high on her own forehead. Campbell looking to peel the grip, which is looking nice. And Model escapes.
Model pulled out at the right time, got on top right away, was able to use her rear naked choke grip to, supplemented by gravity, to strip her elbow out.
My coach really just prepared me a lot of overtime every day. I think that's definitely what helped me this time.
All right, guys. If you're just joining us, this is the 10 Planet Qualifier 27, the female flyweights. And we've got, a runoff match here. Inside trip position, right to the back. We got Marie Piernan taking on Renee Gambit. Marie is on the back, offensively attacking the rear naked choke. And that grip around the neck, Armand, is already looking pretty nice.
Has the neck wrapped.
They're fighting hands right now.
Looking to wrap the other
Renee's
hand.
doing a good job of holding onto that grip, but now Marie is able to lock hands, and it doesn't look like she's got good position. Renee's going to defend this and turn in.
Renee with the Dark Haven escape, landing on bottom mount.
Renee, again, from 10th Planet Portland, being coached by Phil Schwartz. And those of you who have seen the 135 women's qualifiers have seen Renee before. She was a finalist at the 135-pound division. And here she is today at 125, the flyweights, taking on Marie Piernan from Tempe, Costa Mesa. And Marie I'm not as familiar with, but right away her wrestling and back take started the match off with a bang, right?
Marie holding three-quarter mount right now, looking to extract her foot out. Gets caught in half guard.
Renee Gambit
Shield.
playing some of the bottom game. And I like how Marie's
lasso
got
guard.
a lot of pressure with that forearm across the neck as
Sits
she
back
falls
for a foot
back.
lock. Goes off to the side, the foot's out. Looking to counter with a little heel hook of her own. on double outside Ashi appears. Yeah.
Oh, inside heel hook position coming from Marie. Good defense. I'm seeing an Aoki lock attempt from Renee, and she transitions into that front inside. And Maria's still got the inside heel hook. She pulls her in. They're in 50-50. Still in 50-50. Marie on the bottom. Renee Gammon on top. Inversion roll through by Renee. Marie's able to maintain the 50-50 position. Still maintaining this inside heel hook. And now there's nowhere for Renee to run, and this becomes inherently more dangerous, Armand. She's in that Reaper position.
Yeah, Renee's looking to staple a foot. Maybe C-clamp
She needs
that ankle.
she needs to free that left leg, which she does now, but she's still not out of danger here. Marie going hard into these 50-50 and backside attempts.
Renee extracting out of the knee line.
Very nice wrestle
Passing
up into
the
the
guard.
pass. Yeah.
Gets her head trap. Maybe caught in a reverse triangle here. Reverse triangle, this could work. Right here, she appears.
That arm is definitely in there.
She's kind of locked up. You hear Phil Schwartz telling Renee to step over the head. Gonna help reduce some of the pressure on that triangle, and she's out.
I like how Renee's got her right arm framing the hip right now, preventing a really tight grip from Marie on the bottom into those buggy choke attempts.
Yes, you can shut down a lot of buggy chokes with the frame. You know, I've never gotten buggy choked having a frame inside someone's neck. They try to, but it just puts pressure on their own neck.
Scott Ross calling a pause to the action. Going to reset the athletes a little closer to the center. Get away from the wall. No wall mats at 10 PHQ, but it is live.
There is a tarp.
There is a tarp. There is a banner. It's true.
Banner.
Renee Gammon in the north-south position, maintaining control of the hips. And, you know, Marie Piernan, again, I don't know much about her from Tempe Costa Mesa, but she came out guns blazing.
Really
Not
quick.
only with the wrestling and the back take, but also the leg lock attempts we just saw. And now she's on the bottom. We're going to see how her defense is against Renee Gammon. Renee Gammon, I believe, is now a black belt. I know she was at least a brown belt last time we saw her. I think she got her black belt recently.
Transitioning between the north-south and the twister side control position.
And we've seen her show quite a bit of variations here at the Tempe Qs. We've seen her play guard. We've seen her, you know, go through some grueling matches.
Maybe has an executioner. Possibly something we were talking about last night with BMAC. But she releases the head, takes the
Nice back take. Grip is already across the neck by Gammon. She's looking like she's going to lock hands. Very tight body triangle. Foot behind the thigh. She's got a lot of pressure.
She might have the neck.
Marie is doing the best she can to stay bridging into this, but she's forced to tap. What a nice submission. Comeback from behind. Renee really went through some adversity in the beginning of that match and came out with experience to withstand the heavy storm from Marie Piernan in the beginning. Come back and rear naked choke victory by Renee Gammon.
Yeah, Portland! Ah, love you. Just like waking up from all that pressure just makes me come alive. So I'm so happy to get on top where I want to be. That's why I stay there. Thank you so much.
We got Maddie from San Diego.
All right, guys, and if you're joining us here at the 10th Planet Qualifiers, number 27, the female flyweights, 125 pounds, we have CeCe Mena from 10th Planet New York City taking on Maddie Wade from 10th Planet San Diego. I'm Mike Wilson from 10th Planet Whittier, joined today by Armand Fathi, and we're here live at 10th Planet headquarters in downtown LA.
CeCe being my dark horse to win all this.
Oh, a nice double leg attempt there. Maddie Wade wrestles down, and Maddie Wade looks like she's got some wrestling, and I'm not positive, but I feel like I've seen her maybe have like some AMI fights or something. She looks familiar to the MMA scene here locally in SoCal.
Maddie with a tight guard passing. You know, chest to chest, you can tell she has that.
Oh, I like how CeCe's
MMA
coming up
style.
here in this octopus guard attempt. She's got a nice elbow frame behind the back, and she's working her legs up.
Craig Jones style. Actually, I went to Craig Jones' seminar, and he showed this exact position.
Nice little back step attempt here by Wade, but she's going to have to configure her feet before she can just back step down. CeCe looking for a lockdown.
CeCe gets a hook.
Unable to do so because Maddie's keeping her hips nice and tucked under CeCe's bottom hip and then keeping her foot hidden as close to the rear as possible,
It appears
not allowing a lockdown attempt to come in.
CeCe kind of maintaining the position, keeping that knee trapped. That's the extraction of the knee right into three-quarter mount. CeCe regaining the knee and achieving the lockdown.
Nice pressure from Wade on top. She's keeping control of that head. And so far, the last match and this one, I think that's a similar theme I think we're going to see with the females with success is controlling the upper body. You don't see it as much, but, you know, ladies that are able to do that, they're going to control the hips by limiting the rotation of the spine, and I think that's what we're seeing here. CeCe's doing a good job. She's keeping her locked down, although it's not very tight, and her arm is under the leg, which is kind of, at this point, is not really helping her as much as it's keeping her from being able to move her hips. So she's switching to that. No, she's still got a lockdown.
She would like to regain that left-handed underhook. So if she had that hand under the leg, she could whip up and get that arm back. It's definitely a battle for the position here.
Good pressure from Wade, walking her feet up, driving that pressure right into CeCe's chin, keeping her head turned away. Let's see if she's going to be able to get to the three-quarter here, getting her knee to the mat, but she's still stuck in this position. I would like to see her use her free leg underneath the lockdown, a la the lock pick, versus just forcing this knee cut here. It's really tough, although she does get it through the persistence of the head control. Now she's in the three-quarter mount.
Wade using the head control to really drive her knee to the three-quarter mount, gave her access to that and prevented CeCe from sort of turning into her.
When wrestlers learn good position for jiu-jitsu purposes, it's going to be tough. You could tell that she's got a tremendous amount of pressure for a 125 athlete.
Wade getting her knee caught again. Going for the same strategy.
CeCe kind of rolls and gives up the back for a moment, ends up getting mounted. And now she's got that gift wrap Wade does on top.
It's a tricky game.
CeCe kind of giving up the back again. Wade's going to roll. She's got the gift wrap super tight. She's on bottom, but she's got that gift wrap with the Kimura grip reinforced. And I'm going to see her climb into like an armbar or possibly dead orchard situation here unless she can sweep and remount or retake the back on her.
CeCe framing the neck, looking to free her head away. Gets her shoulder caught.
There goes Wade, climbing up with that guard, keeping that wrist control on that gift wrap, and there goes her hip starting to swivel out. She's locking a little bit higher up over the shoulders. I don't know if we're going to see, a nice sweep to the mount. Boom, right into the arm lock.
Transition into the Kimura grip.
She goes deep hook.
South leg. CeCe steps over the head. Might have a chance to strip her elbow away.
Great defense by CeCe, not giving up for 1 second, maintaining from positional issue into defending the submission, but absolutely no quit in her whatsoever. And she's got that left leg over the head of Wade, which I think will help her if she's able to kind of hamstring curl Wade's head and help extract her arm.
CeCe sliding sort of into a north-south position, looking to extract her right elbow.
Oh, it's looking like it's getting extended. Ooh, and it does. Nice armbar submission by Maddie Wade. And the finishes today.
Maddie doing a wonderful job regaining that angle as CeCe got on top. Maddie was able to free her head away and get back.
Another reminder, the kid
super fight or special match is gone. Her opponent didn't show up. So we still got 2 special matches. One with Charles, purple belt 180. Purple belt 180, Charles. And Fedor, purple belt 190. Anybody want to jump in, have some fun, give the finalists time to rest, just for fun. It's not going to go on your record. We're not going to put it on YouTube. Oh wait a minute, we are putting it on YouTube. It is going to be on YouTube. A lot of people are going to watch it too. We do have the technology to blur your face if you get wrecked. If you get obliterated, dude, I would just put that black square on your face, dog. Okay, nobody needs to know nothing. All right, think about that. 180, Charles. 190, Fedor. Anybody? And maybe a black belt wants a little highlight reel on a purple belt. Put that shit, and then when you post it, here's the key. When you post it, post it in black and white so you don't see that purple. Feel me? Black and white, dog. Just say, hey. I don't know what belt he wants to tell you the truth. You can just say anything, okay? Black and white, dog. Black and white.
If you're just joining us once again, we're at the 10 Planet Qualifier 27, the Female Flyweights. And Armand, we've seen some pretty much nonstop action here. Our first match ended in submission and EBI overtime. Elizabeth Model via armbar over Allison Campbell. And our second matchup, we had Renee Gambit taking on Marie Piernan. Renee coming back from some adversity early in the match, RNC finish in regulation. Then in our last match, we had Maddie Wade from 10 Planet San Diego taking on CeCe Mena from 10P NYC. And Maddie just looked dominant, wrestling, dominant positional control all the way into an armbar in regulation. And now is our final opening round match. We got Amber Ortiz from 10P Springfield taking on Mindy Runyon from 10P Corona. And again, Amber Ortiz, a 10PQ veteran. We've seen her before. Mindy Runyon, I have not seen compete before, so this will be the first time for me. But we have an even matchup here, these 125ers. And again, it's been an action-packed day here at 10 Planet headquarters, downtown Los Angeles. Nice double leg attempt, but ends up in a guillotine / triangle by Amber Ortiz, squeezing on the neck of Mindy Runyon.
Amber jumps guard to go straight to the finish.
And that arm is not helping her defend. I'm not sure how tight it is because Mindy's not using her hands to defend that much. But, I mean, Amber's got a squeeze on it. Her shoulders rotated forward. There's a little more of the back of the neck exposed than I would like to see, which is kind of indicative of how it's not putting on a super tight choke.
Amber, for a second, opening her guard, trying to get her foot on the hip.
We may see a triangle transition here if Mindy is, in fact, able to pop her neck out.
And Mindy has her head above the armpit there. Gives her a little bit of breathing room and slips her head out.
Ooh, transitions right into a dead orchard.
It's a shoulder trapped. Does she have the full triangle lockup? It appears so. This could be a dead orchard, my friend. Keeping herself down by hugging that leg. This way she's not getting lifted off the mat. Also helps with the armbar.
And I'm so sorry, we actually got that confused. Mindy Runyon is on the bottom applying the dead orchard right now, and Amber Ortiz is defending in the red rash guard. So sorry about that.
See, the Portland Trailblazers rash guard was way easier to understand.
It was easier to identify.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we got her.
It was Portland. Oh, that's something playing with Portland. You're right.
We got her defending right now.
So right now we're seeing wrist control looking to extend that arm to get the finish. We're on the 10-yard line, though, 5-yard line.
Mindy Runyon.
Goal line defense.
Applying the offense. Amber Ortiz defending with the stack position. Mindy looks like she just needs to get her hips up, but I feel like that position might be slipping slightly.
Mindy appearing to be stacked a little bit. Looking to regain the alignment by extending your legs away.
Okay, and Ortiz has got her her left shoulder out, and she's able to keep a frame while keeping some of it in. Ooh, into the triangle transition. Ortiz able to withstand
Straight
and
into a
escape
buggy
it.
choke.
Very cool defense, maybe able to be calm and collected. Mindy on the bottom looking for some buggy choke.
Amber keeping your hand on that knee, trying to prevent it from locking up that buggy choke, but that appears to be the battle here. Just achieving that triangle. There it is. Ooh, just lost the foot.
Ortiz doing a good job here, body control and staying behind the hips. And Runyon's got an aggressive rubbery guard.
Look, locks up the knee in an effort to extract her arm out, but gives up the top position. You see Mindy looking to step over to mount, gets caught in a little butterfly hook and a little ashi control perhaps.
Ortiz digging out that outside heel hook.
Amber,
Oh, and a finish from Ashi. Standard Ashi variation.
Was it Ashi? Yes.
Outside heel hook. Amber Ortiz coming back from some adversity.
I'm good. I'm good. Huh? I wasn't planning on getting any heel hooks, but it was there, so yeah, I don't know, she did a good job. That's fun.
Nakaya's been waiting most of this morning for this opportunity, for this moment.
Nakaya
And
having the great Brandon McCracken, aka Brandon McCaffrin.
Brandon McCaffrin, B-Mac.
Shout out to him. I am filling his seat for today, so all respect is paid and due to the man in the corner over there, standing side by side with his soldier, saying, you know, I'm not going to commentate today because my student is performing. So he would not ethically be in the position right now to be a neutral party.
Absolutely, yeah. He wants to be there for his student. Again, Nakaya's a brown belt under Brandon, 10-Pete Decatur in Alabama. And, you know, not a lot of normal talk about, you know, high-level jiu-jitsu coming out of Alabama. But if you're talking about Brandon McCaffrey's school, then you are. Because there's a lot of really good competitors coming into that school. Brandon's built up quite a few people. And Nakaya is definitely one of his proteges. He's very high on, so.
When I think Alabama, I think, right away.
Right into the wall.
Setting a message. Passes off that guillotine. Great guillotine defense straight into the back.
Wow, Nakaya going brutal, no mercy, full 100% clip on Model.
Right away.
She's in that head and arm position. Model regains the half guard, so she's going to be okay. She's able to lock it down. Wow, that was an explosive start to that match.
I looked down for a second, like, what the heck just happened?
I feel like Model actually ran into Nakaya, tried to shove her into the wall, and Nakaya kind of sidestepped, and I almost fear that Model's head hit the wall. From the angle that I'm at, that's kind of what it looked like, and then Nakaya hit that double, and now we're action-packed. Here we are.
It was protected by the tarp, though. The tarp eased the blow.
The tarp doesn't have much protection.
The banner.
And Jackson is going heavy on this head and arm.
Jackson with the rear naked choke rip.
Good pressure from Nakaya Jackson here. Model keeping the telephone defense in. What do you think of that defense, Armand?
It'll buy your time, but in and of itself, it doesn't get you out of the problem. It gives you just a little bit of breathing here, but it can also open you up to an Americana right there. In a sense, a sort of hammer lock that can really tear at the rotator cuff.
What would you like to see Model doing here to kind of escape this position or reestablish some sort of guards?
She's got to get her hand on the other side of the head of Jackson. Maybe get her other hand across the hip in order to get a lockdown. That lockdown could allow her to extend her hip away and kind of relieve some of that shoulder pressure that you see Jackson incorporating.
Jackson doing a really good job keeping that arm trapped, keeping her chest pressure over the elbow, not allowing Model the space to free herself. And in the meantime, she's using her secondary leg to get to the 3/4 mount. Model able to maintain that, just the little bit of ankle for the quarter guard. And Jackson's looking dominant here. This is actually what we saw Model do to her first opponent in the first round. We saw Model on top, dominating with head control, using the gift wrap, using the head and arm position, and now here she is defensively trying to defend against Nakaya Jackson, who is clearly a physical being. I mean, Nakaya just looks like an amazing athlete. You take one look at her, you could tell she's very powerful, very explosive.
She sounded powerful.
And, I mean, just the sound of the start of that match was probably the most explosive start I've seen here at the Qs. Jackson. In my opinion, the female matches always seem to be a little more intense. You know, the guys, you know, sometimes they're slow starters, but not these girls. Good attempt at rolling to the back. Model just keeping it going, not allowing her to glue the chest-to-back connection. Nakaya on top. Again, the foot is still stuck. She's having a hard time extracting that. She's used several different methods with her secondary leg to extract the ankle, but has been largely unsuccessful. Model able to finally free herself. Nakaya looking to control the head. And so far what's impressed me about Model is, again, she's able to keep herself from being mounted or her back taken. She's keeping some sort of quarter guard control. No matter what Nakaya seems to do with her feet, she cannot seem to open it.
Jackson still in 3/4 mount, wrapping a guillotine. Possibly has a one-arm guillotine. Looking to extract the other leg with that foot on the
And
thigh.
she is trying to crush it. Model able to control both feet now. She's got the both feet of Jackson trapped, so she might be able to use this to re-guard or possibly come up. Ends up giving it all up, getting past, but still staying tough defensively. I like how Jackson's got control of the head and arm, even from side control. She's always controlling the head and arm. She doesn't seem to just control the head. She likes to control the arm and the head simultaneous.
Yeah, Jackson doing a great job controlling the shoulder line and that hip line. Switching behind, kind of neutralizing all the bridges of Model.
Jackson with the knee on belly pressure.
Model turns in, looking to regain guard.
And there's that.
Might have given that opening to
guillotine.
get them out.
Yeah, I think that knee on belly was good bait to get Model to buck in, and now Jackson's where she wants to be in the mount, going for the punch choke attempt. A favorite of those at Decatur, Alabama. These guys love the punch choke, guys and gals. They like to get a reaction out of the opponent, slap on triangles from the mount, other things like that. Brandon McCaffrey is well known for his, I don't want to say dirty tactics, but he's got some tactics.
For those of you who don't know, Brandon McCaffrey just released the 10 most dirty submissions
Oh,
YouTube
good
series.
escape by Model, coming out on top. Model weathering the storm, and that's kind of the MO that we've come to expect from her. If you've watched these female 10 PQs and seen her compete, you know that not only does she bring pressure, but she's able to weather the storms.
Beautiful dogfight. Yeah. High steps into mount. Jackson getting out of her tricky situation. We got to see a bit of her guard there. Just shoots an underhook, gets the dogfight, takes the top, and mounts. Jackson back to that knee on belly. A little bit more conviction in the re-guarding of Model. Gets a half guard this time.
Very nice. Model again, weathering the storm. Jackson hitting the long step pass.
Beautiful.
Controlling the hips. Jackson looking for that Kimura. She's going to lock it up here. Model going belly down. She's going to give up the back or possibly the armbar, but
Jackson looking to clear the head there, trying to finish that armbar, but was have to settle for the guard, it appears.
Model going to come up on top and escape. It's still live. It's still live. Oh, and I like how Jackson takes that shot. If it's still live, it's still live. Only the referee can call a halt to the action. So
this ain't Jackson's first rodeo.
Oh, and she
That
does
double
not
leg.
wait. Right off the handshake. Jackson showing no mercy here. She's not here to make friends. She's here to take what's hers. again, she's made it to the finals of the 10 PQs before, Armand. So this is not, like you said, her first rodeo. And I think she's here today to prove a point. Like, I should have been the winner in the last one, and I'm here to take what's mine. And so far in the aggression I think we've seen from her, it's pretty fair to say that that might be her MO. Yeah. Good pressure, swarming on top by Jackson, pushing the knee, going to the mount. Model's starting to look like a little weathered. I think the constant pressure and constant attacks from Jackson are starting to add up on her.
All set up from the double leg. Passing the guard
Ooh,
right off
and
the
look at
double
this-
leg.
Look at this head and arm choke from the back. I've seen Derek Rayfield tap several people with this. Oh, and Jackson's getting that face crush.
Right, she finished
and
that
that'll
one.
do it.
Anything below the nose.
A little bit more like scrambly than I was expecting. I had some trouble getting to the back. I ended up setting up like a routine, which opened it up. She started to feel the pressure, and so I was able to transition to the back. But most of the time was spent on top, trying to elevate.
All right, guys, and if you're just joining us, this is the 10 Planet Qualifier 27, the Female Flyweights. Again, I'm Mike Wilson, here with my partner in crime, Mr. Armand Fathi. I'm sorry, Dr. Armand.
Saint. Doctor of Chiropractic, my friends. If you're ever in need, go to FatiWellness.com. You can check me out in downtown LA or Laguna Hills.
Ooh, a questionable guillotine attempt by Renee Gamut leads to a duck under back attempt by Maddie Wade, and she is on the back deep again. Very similar setup to what we saw her do against CeCe Mena in the opening round. Here we are in the first semifinals. Winner of this goes to the finals. Winner of the finals goes on to represent 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu at the 125 Women's Medusa upcoming show.
Maddie Wade getting to mount now. Losing back control, looking to get the twisting arm control, or in the underjack.
Good head pressure. Again, a lot of what we saw from her in the beginning in their first matchup. Good control of the upper body, maintaining this mount. But
Maddie swims off.
if there's one thing to say, Armand, it's that we've seen Renee Gamut endure some adversity, not only in her first match, but previous 10 Planet qualifiers. And she is experienced, and she's been in these situations before, and she doesn't panic, and she's come back to win many matches like that by submission. So you cannot count her out. We're here by the wall. The wall is live until Scott Ross calls it.
Maddie Wade on top. Blocked by the wall, maybe looking to mount a little bit. But you see Renee, feet on the floor, trying to push her hips a little out.
Gamut using the wall, which again is live, until they reach a point where referee Scott Ross is comfortable pausing the action to reset in the center. This is all still good.
You see Kyle Chambers talking to his athlete on top right there.
Yes, he is able to give ear-side advice to his athlete.
Maddie with continuous shoulder pressure. Doing a great job turning the face of Renee.
Yeah, that upper body control by Maddie Wade so far has been proven to be one of her stronger weapons, forcing the opponent to make mistakes due to the overwhelming amount of pressure.
Wade gets a knee through, looking to mount.
Now here's a position where Gamut might be able to roll her because she's got her feet up against the wall and she's got that extra leverage to pop her hips. I wonder if she has much in the way of MMA experience as Wade secures the mount. Again, keeping that head pressure.
You can't see from the angle, but see Wade on the
left arm, trying to underhook it and walk it up.
Yeah, and Gamet's looking for a little Alcatraz attempt here momentarily until she gets that hand across the hip. And she's able to start making some motion and off-balancing Wade. There she goes. And she's able to regain some half guard. Good setup. That came, a few seconds before the actual thing happened, and it started with her getting that hip frame, able to offset some of the weight of Wade. Wow, that was a hard one.
Maddie Wade trapped in a little bit of a mini stomp, it appears.
Yeah, a little mini stomp situation developing here in the feet. Wade's got such good pressure with that head control that she's going to get to 3/4. It looks like possibly a back step, and she does. Into the mount, shin across the belly. Again, incredible head control is really the name of the game here. I've noticed a theme with these female ladies who seem to be winning the matches. First we saw Model exhibit some of this, and then Wade, and then of course Nakaya Jackson.
Maddie the Baddie.
She's got good pressure. Again, turning away Gamet's face. Now it comes on the near side.
Pulls the arm up, looks to secure.
Look at Kimura grip here. Little reverse Kimura. She needs to work on the grip. Armbar attempt. And Gamet is forced to tap with an armbar. Really impressive so far from Maddie Wade, the MMA fighter from Tempe, San Diego.
Yeah, that was an awesome match. Just excited to be here. Let's fucking get a ticket to Cancun, guys. Let's go to Mexico.
All right, let's hit it.
And here we go, guys. Last semifinal matchup for the female 125 division. Nakaya Jackson, Tempe Decatur in the all black, taking on Amber Ortiz in the red rash guard. From Tempe Springfield, Ortiz coming off an outside heel hook win against Mindy Runyon in the first round. Jackson coming off of a face crush RNC against Elizabeth Model in her match, and we're going to see a little drop down guillotine off of the single leg attempt. And Ortiz doing the right thing by jumping to the opposite side. I would like to see her get her head further to the opposite side she's passing towards, but looks like she's going to be able to survive this guillotine attempt by Jackson and end up hopefully in some sort of cradle. It might be. Jackson doing a good job of keeping the head down of Ortiz.
Yeah, Ortiz was looking to wrap the head in side control to prevent the extension of the body of Jackson, but ultimately Jackson was able to get back to her guard, looking to maintain a guard of some sort.
Interesting strategy by Ortiz. I did not expect her to come out here and out-wrestle Jackson. Jackson going high elbow.
High elbow Marcellitine.
Wow.
Beautiful, using the hooks to recover a guard and get her head above Ortiz's head and finish with that high elbow. A BMAC speciality.
Wow. All right, so moving on to the finals is Nakaya Jackson. She's going to take on Maddie Wade from Tempe, San Diego. Winner gets a spot in the Medusa 125, the female flyweights.
Laying on my back a little bit more. That's a surprise. So she went for, she shot a really good single leg. Instead of like trying to defend by pushing the head down and pulling it up, I saw the opportunity for a guillotine. Tried to finish it. Couldn't finish it there, but then I started controlling the chin strap and used it to set up the Marcellitine. That was it. Knee off of my back. There you go, guys.
All right, guys, and if you are just joining us, we're here at the Tempe Qs, the 125 female flyweights, and before the finals of Nakaya Jackson versus Maddie Wade, we're going to have this special match. Charles Rios from Tempe HQ, a purple belt, taking on Joe Kai from Tempe Decatur, a black belt, and Charles with the lift-up guard pull.
Charles part of our Hook Thieves band, myself, Eddie Bravo, and Charles on cajon. Great singer, sounds like John Legend. So Charles doing a special match here. Always up for a challenge, always overachieving everything. And I mean in the sense, I mean that as a compliment. Goes for the rolling Kimura.
This rolling Kimura attempt, staying on top. Both these guys just flying around each other. I can't even begin to comment on what positions we're seeing.
Both going for it, nobody backing away.
Charles definitely got the size advantage here, weighing in at about 190. I would put Joe Kai at around 170-ish, maybe less.
If that. But he definitely moves like a small guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely under 170 for sure. But nonetheless, a couple belt ranks ahead of Charles, so it all kind of evens out. You know that old saying, Armand, about 20 or 25 pounds or so is kind of the equivalent of belt rank, right?
About, yeah, that's a give or take sort of estimation.
If Charles has got 25 on him, it's getting a little closer.
Yeah, we're getting a pretty even match because Charles is a tough dude. Charles kind of has ankle control.
Nice ankle control to slip
Rolling
that leg
back
lock
take.
attempt to the back attempt. A take, no hooks, but he's got the seatbelt.
Something we drill at. We drill that at some point.
That was a really cool defense controlling the foot Turk by Charles, and he defended. Oh, we might see like a bulldog choke attempt here or something. That would be cool.
Rare choke, but you do see it.
Doing a really good job of maintaining his seatbelt. Charles doing nice.
Charles looking at regain back control. Has the over-under on the overside. Kind of the underside that you see what Joe's trying to do is go to the underside.
Joe Kai doing pretty good defending here.
Looks like he's out of the
and Charles is
back take.
Charles, man, you know, I've seen him do a few special matches at these 10 PQs, and he's looked better every single time. Like, he looks more technical. He's always been a physical beast. He's very strong, very explosive, but he's looking more and more technical every time I see him out here at the 10 PQs doing a special match. Nice ninja roll to the back by Joe Kai. Very nice roll through to the back, maintaining his lockdown hook.
Well, Charles went for it, and then Joe sort of flipped it.
Yeah, he did. And now Joe's got that RNC grip across the face. Are we going to see a finish here?
Charles kind of using both hands to pull the arm down. He'd like to go up to the hands, do the hand fighting, because the wrist control's not quite there. He kind of gets a little safety.
Charles
buys himself a second.
Very strong, able to buy himself some time there, but Joe Kai is again back on that face grip, looking like he wants to do a D-sev. Charles got that defensive hand in there.
Charles knows what's up, man. He knows what's going on right now.
Yeah, regularly training with Eddie Bravo here at HQ. We're going to see a buck attempt here by Joe Kai. I'm so sorry. Thinking of the comedian in my head.
Charles looking to scrape his back onto the mat to escape the back control of Joe.
Joe looking to go this bolt cutter.
Joe has a gets into truck position, looking to get into the valley and maybe set up for the twister.
We might see a twister variation
new
come
final
through.
three. Charles knew what was up.
Escaping.
He knew what was up. You got double outside Ashi over there for. It does appear so, right?
No, I don't think he's got his legs configured. He's got kind of a rear-mounted position on Charles. Charles doing the right thing here. He needs to try to get his leg. Oh, he's going to go run a man escape. He's pushing the knee line, getting that
Charles clearing his knee line. Excellent job.
The secondary leg in.
Very good.
Great defense by Charles.
Charles battling, man. This is a black belt versus a purple, but I would not count Charles out. He is a warrior. He is improving in every class.
Absolutely.
He's someone that I see the music he does. He's always improving as a musician. Just got himself a 88 key keyboard. Playing very hard, but
nice technical stand-up from the X guard by Joe Kai.
Technical.
Joe Kai here hugging the hips, going to a knee on belly variation, showing some of those black belt skills. There's no doubt about it. This dude's got them.
Yeah, Joe Kai's a black belt.
I'm actually not familiar with him. It's the first time I've seen him or heard about him. I didn't know too much about him besides now he's a black belt under Brandon.
It's legit. You can see it.
And
looking for that truck roll.
For that truck roll. Looking to maybe go banana split option here. Charles got some big legs though.
Charles remaining elusive with that knee control, which would lead to kind of a banana split opportunity.
Looking to retruck, maybe take the back of Joe Kai. But Kai's doing a really good job with that lap belt, and now he transitions, going up towards the upper body.
Charles trying to maintain distance and not get his shoulder controlled, and lest he be pulled into the back take or the twister potentially.
Kaya being patient, controlling that neck,
That
taking the
shoulder
back
control.
RNC grip tight, and that's going to be a finish right there.
Charles fought valiantly, but what a great shoulder control leading straight to the back take. Shot the choke right in transition, was able to lock in the rear naked choke, the #1 submission.
Winner by RC Joseph.
All right, guys, and here we are. Here's what we're all here for. The 10 PQs, 27, the female flyweights. Dr. Armand Fathi, my partner in crime, along with myself, Mike Wilson, 10P Whittier. And we're here in the finals at 10th Planet headquarters in downtown LA. Nakaya Jackson from 10P Decatur taking on Maddie Wade from 10P San Diego. And I'm expecting a barn burner of a match in this one, Armand.
Yeah, Maddie Wade coming out of 10th Planet Oceanside as well. The whole freak squad over there.
Both these girls look like they have very solid wrestling fundamentals. Both of them very strong, both of them very explosive. I know Maddie Wade, I believe, has some MMA experience.
Maddie the
Kaya
Maddie.
Jackson has the wrestling experience. Good single leg attempt into the front headlock for Jackson.
You can see it right there, the wrestling.
Yeah, Jackson's got a good sprawl, knows how to hand fight, knows how to use her head as the first line of defense, able to get in the front headlock and go to the back.
Maddie getting her back taken.
Jackson in control here. She's only got a seatbelt-like position. She doesn't have the hooks.
She doesn't.
Wade doing a good job of keeping the knees to the chest, not allowing the hooks to slip in easily. Jackson looking to put one side in. Tough position when you're sitting like that. Oh, she takes it to the far side, which allows her to throw in the top hook. Good strategy.
Maddie relinquishing one hook, staying on top, preventing the body triangle. But she gets sat in the chair.
Sit. Very nice chair sit by Jackson. And Jackson, I think, is going to try to finish this face crush, even with Maddie Wade's hand involved in the defense. I'm not sure that's going to be enough to stop this face crush by Jackson.
Jackson already won one match like this.
Again, Wade's got her palm in the defense, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I think we're going to see Jackson be able to squeeze her out here.
Wade resilient, though. This is for all the marbles. Gets a thumb in. Looking to extract the hand out.
Jackson doing a really good job of just pushing the hand down, taking her time, getting her chin over her own palm so she can really pack in that strangle.
Jackson not able to get that extension to finish the choke.
Wade's got just enough grip on there, and now she's getting her back squared off to the mat, and Jackson's going to chair sit and have to retake it. And now she's in the body triangle, much better position for her. She's got the body triangle all locked in. She's climbing that left arm around the neck. It's looking tight, Armand. I don't think Wade's going to be able to get that hand in there far enough.
Wade on the wrist, not on the hand.
And Jackson going with that D-Sev grip, and she's going to face crush. Victory for Nakaya Jackson, our 10 PQs champion. She's going to represent 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu at the Medusa. Congratulations, Nakaya.
For pizza.
No, we gotta get the pizza. You don't need pizza. We wrestled a little bit. She ended up shooting because of the 30-second get down. I sprawled and found my way to the back and just worked on fighting the hands from there. Finished with the RNC. Surprise. Thank you. Also, shout out to my teammates, my team, my coaches, Brandon, Scav, Lindsay, everybody that's helped me. Also my sponsors. Really appreciate you guys. You can catch me for Medusa 4. It's March 25th, live on UFC Fight Pass. Super excited.
Okay, damn. I saw that under the game. Long was gone. Some underhooks.
learned from watching that video.
You were in that video.
I know. I had to watch it and upload it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, has a back. And this is the beginning. No matter what happens, no matter what happens, as soon as you start snacking back on the ass, that's what you're going to tell. She moved up the coast.
Thank you. Careful. I'm stuck on that. So maybe let's go ahead. She's not that good. And but my I called Renee. Like when I asked for this, I was like, bro. And she saw her, she looks so like, hey, Brittany's phone is beautiful, bro.
Be proud.
I said, oh,
Pop on, good on.
yeah, she's fun. But I think you missed her.